Hey, this is Corey Blake, founder and CEO of Roundtable Companies and the publisher of Conscious Capitalism Press. If you're watching this, you are an author who is working on a book, and today's video is specifically around what I'd like you to start thinking about as you are moving towards what will eventually become your book launch. And today's focus is on growing your list. The importance of growing your list cannot be understated. And when I say your list, I am specifically meaning your email list. An email list is completely different than social media. It has a far more dramatic impact in terms of your eventual return on investment once you launch your book. Email actually versus social media is known for having a 10x return. And according to the Direct Marketing Association, actually, email marketing on average gets a 4,300% return on investment. That's huge, absolutely insane. And for you as an author, think of it this way. The difference between putting out your book and having thousands of people who are hungry and ready and waiting for it and who purchase it within that first week, as opposed to 100, 200, or only 300 people who are just starving for it. That difference might be the difference in your continued motivation to champion your message over the next 3, 4, 5 years of your life. So I can't understate the importance of growing your list, and there's a mechanism for it. This video is specifically for people who have, I'd say, less than 10,000 active people on your email list. If you've got more than that, then you are probably in the realm of understanding everything I'm about to share. This is specifically for people who are less than 10,000 people who are active users on your email list. The first most important key actually is what's called a lead magnet, right? The thing on your website or the item that you're using through social media to capture people's email addresses. And there has to be substantial value for people to be willing to give you their contact information. And the more value that you provide, the more likely they're going to be to open your emails, right? And grow that relationship. Ultimately, that is the key that we are talking about here, right? Social media, you can grow, we'll call it a long distance relationship with people. Through email, you're having a one-on-one interaction with folks, and that is where there is so much more potential for impact. We learned this lesson actually on our first Kickstarter campaign. I think we were raising $35,000 to do a project, and when we would send out these mass emails to whole groups of people, very few responded. But when we would go one at a time and customize emails to people, we got an incredible response and were able to meet our goal. Similarly, if you are blanketing people with information about your book, about your journey, about what you are sharing with the world, you are far less likely to have an impact as opposed to using email to impact people one at a time. So back to this lead magnet tool, something of value, something that at its essence, right, reflects your purpose, the purpose behind your book, what you stand for. You want something that is in alignment, right? So often I talk about creating an amuse-bouche in the world for those of you who are foodies. An amuse-bouche is this delectable little taste, something that you can put in your mouth and quickly enjoy or very quickly recognize that you can't stand it and you need to spit it out. Either way, when you're putting out something like that into the world, you're helping people have a definitive and quick response so that they know immediately, holy smokes, I've got to get on this train, or wow, this is really not the right train for me. When you put out a piece that's super in alignment, you're going to get a much more dramatic close rate, a much higher close rate for your emails and conversions, and you're going to repel the people who are otherwise going to waste your time and your resources. So you want to be putting out something that is super professional, really high quality, well thought out, and sincerely adds value to the person who is exchanging their email for it. And you want to make it easily accessible on your website. You want to make it something that is simple for people to see the value in quickly. So you're going to want to create that piece. One thing that we do, just to use by example, we have a piece called 5 Ways to Write Your Book. Most people know of 2 ways, maybe 3 ways, but they don't know 5 ways, right? So there's something valuable in that, like, oh, I must be missing something. And indeed, most of them are not aware of a couple of the ways that we recommend that you can write a book. And so it's a great lead magnet for us. We also use a talk that I give centering around discovering your purpose. I do a 30-minute guided meditation, and we've got a lead magnet on our website For people who have been in the room with me and had that experience, if they want to do it again or they want to take it back to their team, they go to roundtablecompanies.com/purpose, and bam, they can get that download in exchange for an email. Again, these are high value products that people are using to open up a relationship with our brand, with me, oftentimes. So that's what you want to be thinking of. How are you opening up this relationship in such a way that people are profoundly moved? That way you increase your chances as you communicate with them down the road and start sharing emails with them regularly. You increase the odds that they're going to be paying attention because you hopefully changed their life even through that product that they exchanged their email address for. If they feel it was insanely valuable, then they're going to open those emails, and then by the time that your book comes out, they're going to be salivating for it. And that's the goal. Ideally, you're putting out, and if you're involved in RTC or Conscious Cap Press, you're going to be putting out something of super high quality, something that deserves to be read. But you can't just hand someone a 6-hour reading experience and say, trust me, it's worth it. You got to build a relationship, and that is where your email list is gold. So start with that lead magnet. You can look up lead magnets. You can check out some of ours online and see what they look like as examples. But do your research, produce it well, get it set up at the beginning of this journey. Get it set up in the next 30 days. If your book is a year out from being published, now is almost too late to start. There's the old Chinese proverb is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago and the second best time is today. Growing your list is exactly the same. If you are not aggressively doing it yet, now is the time. It is going to make all the difference in the reception that you get for your book. Make it happen. Again, I'm Corey Blake, founder and CEO of Round Table Companies and the publisher of Conscious Capitalism Press. Talk soon.